Then let's go to what it really is. Then when we talk about the power of melanated people, when we talk about who we really are as guys, and understanding that our melanin is so powerful and it connects us in a way that the reason why they fear black, the reason why they fear is because the lack that they have of it. So then when you see what Dr. Francis C. Welsing talked about is that fear in that
just genetic annihilation,
deficiency of when you have a person that has the lack of pigment, the lack of melanin, that they know that they will be annihilated. So therefore, however they got the power, they have the lack of compassion. That melanin comes with compassion. Melanin comes with soul. That we call it soul. We soul brothers and sisters. That's the melanin that connects us. So the people that don't have it are a little, and I'm gonna say this carefully, are a little less, and where the term actually comes from, because I'm bringing it all the way back around to Minister Farrakhan, to where they may not have the compassion or the when they were sent to the mountains of Caucasus, when they didn't have the power of the sun, that the sun then started to deteriorate them. So then they're acting out of fear, they're acting out of low self-esteem, they're acting out of a deficiency. So therefore, the only way that they can act is evil. The only way they have to rob, steal, rape, kill, and
fight or flight,
in order to survive.
Exactly.
So then these people who didn't have what we had, and when I say we, I speak of the melanated people. Right. They had to be savages. They had to be barbaric. Because they're in these Nordic mountains. They're in these rough, torrential environments. So they're acting as animals. Right. So they're the ones that are actually closer to animals. They're the ones that are actually the true savages. What
they doing?
Shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Shit.
Look at your stupid ass.
You came out with a sword. We know he's God and he no longer can be here. In honor of his legacy. We're not rioting, God. We're not shaming anybody, God. We're just humbling ourselves before you. Yes, Lord. You brought the thunder and rain today, God. Because Satan takes the L today. Father, in Jesus' name, you get the victory. Father, we ask for forgiveness from our black brothers and sisters for years and years of racism, of systematic racism.
Umbrella. She's up. Whole nother level of shit you can't even understand.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another episode of The Forecast. Now, we as a people will never be free until we're in control of our own destiny. And before we can do that, we have to relearn how to have faith and trust each other. We don't have a choice but to put our tribal differences, our beliefs to the side and work together as a unit. Now, the dominant society understands the power of moving as a unit, and they use that to stay on code, to stay in the position they're in. But they also understand that they have to break our unity. That's why the number one goal, no matter what state we're in, was to make sure that we remain divided and conquered. They have to keep us from getting on the same page and standing together. Because united, we are strong. And united, we will be free. But they know the power of propaganda, and they realize that when you get a young mind and you show them the same image over and over, subconsciously, that's what they're going to believe. They not only tell themselves the lie, they lie to us. And some of us started to believe it. But they know if we are together as a unit, starting with the family unit, the black man and black woman together, they will have control over what goes in their kids' mind. That's why it's always important to have a divided house. Because when you take one element out of it, it creates an imbalance. And if you don't have a strong home, you don't have a strong neighborhood. And without a strong neighborhood, you don't have a strong community. That's why the whole time we've been in this system, the main goal has been to break up the black family. Because if black women ain't protected and black children ain't protected, then none of us are protected. In Indiana, a white boy, Gregory Michael Johnston, was released after getting arrested for molesting an 8-year-old black boy in a daycare. Now let's see how somebody who commits a crime like that could get released so easily.
A follow-up after the Vanderbilt County Prosecutor's Office dismissed a child abuse case.
We broke the story when the suspect, Gregory Johnston, was arrested. Police documents show the alleged victim gave graphic details during an interview at Holly's house.
And tonight we wanted to know more about the process and what happens when a child says they've been abused. Our Joseph Payton is live in the newsroom with answers.
Hey, Jackie and Randy, I spoke with Holly's House Executive Director Holly Edmond, who tells me all of their conversations are child-led. They don't want to make the child feel uncomfortable. That is why they let the child only talk about what they are comfortable sharing. The mission of Holly's House is simple: empower victims. Executive Director Holly Edmond says they never force anyone to speak.
We do not ask leading questions. We do not ask specifics. We let the child tell us what has happened to them in a narrative format. And so it's literally child-led. The child leads the entire conversation.
According to police documents, the alleged young victim in the case involving Gregory Johnston gave a statement here at Holly's house.
It's difficult because sometimes kiddos use different words than what we would use, but it's really their story and they get to tell it however they want to.
But that is where it stops for the staff at Holly's house.
We do not perform any investigations. We simply get the child's statement. It's recorded, and then those DVDs are given to law enforcement and Department of Child Services.
The Vanderbilt County Prosecutor's Office issued a statement yesterday stating that the dismissal came upon a recommendation by therapists and community partners involved in the case. I stopped by the prosecutor's office today, however, no one would comment further. This case has received a lot of attention on social media since this dismissal became public knowledge. Edmond says it's important to keep the child in mind.
The adults in the community can get angry, and it may or may not be rightfully so, but at the end of the day, we all have to just focus on the child. We all have to make sure all of the children in our community are getting the best care that they possibly can and need.
Now, Edmond recommends parents keep an open dialogue with their children, and if you believe something has occurred, to reach out to Holly's House. In the Alert Center, Joseph Payton, 14 News.
On the legal end of this case, today we were able to speak with Johnston's defense attorney, Glenn Gramp. He tells us he's not surprised the case was dismissed, but what was surprising to him, he says, was the statement from the prosecutor's office saying therapists and community partners recommended the dismissal. Gramp says his office hasn't received many documents relating to that, including the alleged victim's statement recorded at Holly's house.
Now, if they want to dismiss it, that's fine. But for them to come along and say, well, we'll refile it later when it's comfortable for us, after they have failed to respond to their obligation to give us information, makes me just more than a little irritated, okay?
So what comes next? Well, the case being dismissed without prejudice, meaning charges could be filed against Johnston in the future. Gramp tells us he wants to appeal the dismissal, though, so his client can have a trial.
Now, this white boy, Gregory Johnston, worked at his wife's daycare. And it turns out he was molesting this little 8-year-old black boy for years. Now, we know they always look for talking points against us to say that, you know, well, you guys are racist too. And they always pull that homophobic stuff on us. But what they fail to mention is how many of those slave owners were gay and molesting not only men, but little boys. But this white dude put a gun to this little kid's head and forced him to perform sex acts until he threw up. And then he told him if he ever told anybody, he would kill him. And this sick white dude would constantly show this little boy porn and constantly threaten to kill him or maybe his family members if he ever said anything. Now, when it came out, this white dude did get charged with 6 counts of child molestation, a level 1 felony, and 1 count of giving harmful materials to a minor, a level 6 felony. But guess what? Them staying on code outweighs even child molestation, as the history of America will show you. And they ended up dropping all the charges on this white dude.
You know, I usually don't do this shit like this. I usually don't put my business out there. But, you know, after the phone call I got today, you know, shit's just like real crazy right now, you know. I don't understand a whole bunch of shit. And maybe it's not for me to understand. But what I do know is, as a mother, you know, I'm going through every parent's worst nightmare. And, you know, I would wish this on my worst enemy, but, you know, the system is really just messed up. This man molested my child. A man that I called bruh. Called him bruh. This man was a pauper at my mama's funeral. And this whole time this man was messing with my son. Messing with him. And for that prosecutor to call me today to tell me that they put in a motion for dismissal, you know, that was a smack in the face, because you know what? I've done everything that they've asked me to do. I've done everything that these people have come. They've been in my house. They've been at the schools. They've been everywhere, and I've done everything. And y'all gonna tell me? Y'all gonna tell me y'all gonna put in for a dismissal, but we gonna pick his shit back up? How the fuck is that even right? And this man gets to be out here around other people's kids? How the fuck is that even right? But I'm supposed to sit here and trust the motherfucking system? Really? No, I'm not trusting nobody else. Because I have severely been fucked. I have severely been fucked. Not me, my child. Nobody knows what my child's going through. Nobody knows what the inside of my house is like on a day-to-day basis. I have to live with that. My child has to live with that. And y'all telling me this whole time, we're with you, we're supporting you, we're going to take care of this, we're going to make sure this. Y'all ain't made sure of nothing. Y'all ain't done nothing but wasted my time and wasted my son's time. Because I'm the one that's putting in the footwork, going to doctor's appointment every Monday through Thursdays. Monday through Thursdays. That's how my life has been, from all kind of doctor's appointments. It shit ain't right. It shit ain't right. Y'all got the evidence. Y'all wouldn't arrest a man and charge him with six charges of child molestation for nothing. And then y'all won't call me today. I don't understand. This world we live in is foul. This world that we live in is real, real foul. And you know what? We all gonna reap what we sow. Greg Johnson, you gonna reap what you sow, because you have completely robbed my son from everything. Everything. My son is not the same little boy. He'll never be the same little boy. Ever. Because of you. And you out here walking? But I ain't done yet. I'm not done yet, because I'm going to fight this. I'm going to fight this to the death of me, and I mean that with every breath in my body. So everybody that's sitting around talking about, if that been you, if that been me, I would have done this. You don't know what you would have done until you've been put in that situation. You think I didn't want to go do some fuck shit, but I had to think about my kids. I had to think about who's going to be here for my kids. I'm mad. I've been mad all day, and I'm sick of it. Because at the end of the day, my child got to live with this. My child got to live with this, and we got to live with this. And guess what? Mama's always going to be here. Mama's always going to be here, and mama ain't going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I don't care if I got to get people from out of state, out of country that's going to roll with me. I'm not going to stop. Because you know what you did, Greg. You know what you did, patting me on my back, telling me you love me and all this and that, doing all this extra shit. And the whole time you've been sitting there messing with my child. You gonna meet your maker. You gonna meet him. So I'm pretty sure y'all gonna see it all over the news, all on Facebook, because that's what people do, is they run to Facebook, they tag shit, they post shit, they put all that shit on social media. But nobody never thinks about the victims' families. Nobody never think about that. Everybody wants to sit back off in the cut talking about she should have this, she should have that, or whoop, all that. No, ain't no shoulda, couldas, or wouldas, because these people done had my kids since they was 6 weeks old. 6 weeks old. But I get a call telling me y'all gonna dismiss shit and we gonna push it back a little bit. Now, I'm tired of pushing shit back. I need justice for my son. So the real talk, if y'all know anybody that can help me, reach out.
Now, for whatever reason, staying on code, the prosecutor dismissed all the charges without prejudice. They talking about they gonna wait till later to charge him. Now, this sister trusted this white boy enough to be around her children, enough to be a pallbearer at her mom's funeral. And that whole time he was smiling in her face, he was doing that to her son. And then this white boy can still work at a daycare being around other little children. But this is why it's so important for us to create our own institutions to punish those that harm us, whether they're outside our community or even those within our community. Because we cannot depend on anybody else to give us justice. We can only take justice. But they understand that with the black community divided and with all the gender wars and tribal divisions and arguing over religion, it's easy for them to come in and harm our children. And it's easy for them to come in and harm the women. And if they can do that, they can come in and harm any of us at that point. And after all this time, they feel like they have the green light, they have the license to do whatever they want to any of us at any time, especially our women. In California, a sister was dragged out of her home while she was naked by the police. Now, let's see what led the police to go in this sister's home and pull her out of the shower trying to arrest her.
A woman in Lancaster says she was manhandled while naked by several L.A. County Sheriff's deputies. And this cell phone video recording may be a key piece of evidence in her civil rights lawsuit against the department. The NBC4i team has obtained a copy of the case, and investigative reporter Eric Leonard has her story.
This is a recording of the woman being ordered out of her home last July by sheriff's deputies who forced open her front door while she was in the shower.
You broke my door down.
The video shows the male deputies after they ordered her to walk downstairs naked, where she was handcuffed, briefly covered, then, as alleged in the lawsuit, led to her front yard, where she was in view of more deputies and neighbors. The woman's 13-year-old sister, who also lives in the home, documented the incident on video.
He opened my cover, like released it so it could drop. So when that dropped, I fell to the ground.
The woman who filed the suit as a Jane Doe because of the nature of the allegations spoke with the I-Team but did not want her face or real name revealed. She says when she was taken outside, she rolled over to try to cover herself. Then the deputies told her to stop resisting.
All the officers came and just bomb rushed and jumped on top of me, was touching my butt, my private area, my legs, all the stuff. My officer had his hand in my head. He had his knee in my neck.
She says she was hogtied and put in a patrol car.
I was drugged across my grass. Keep in mind, I was on my menstrual period. So I'm completely undressed in my front yard, and I'm being drugged across my grass.
The deputies said they were there looking for the woman's brother, who was wanted on an assault charge. This booking record shows at the time the woman was being handcuffed, the brother was already being arrested in South Los Angeles, many miles away.
There's too much aggression and too little compassion, not enough compassion.
Attorney Brian Dunn has sued the sheriff's department over this incident. He says there was no reason for the male deputies to put their hands on his client, who he says posed no threat.
You had a vulnerable woman who was partially clothed, and there was no regard for her dignity as a woman that was shown, and there was no regard for her personal safety.
The lawsuit claims it was an unconstitutional search. The county has denied the allegations in a court filing. The sheriff's department says in a statement it cannot address the allegations in the lawsuit or why the deputies cuffed the woman at all, since other officers were arresting her brother at the other end of the county. Due to pending litigation, the department is unable to comment. The woman says nearly a year later she's still in shock and says she's hopeful this lawsuit leads to greater accountability. Her brother was wanted in an assault case, and 4 days after this search, the LA County District Attorney's Office dropped the case, citing a lack of evidence.
Now, in yet another botched raid, this sister was in her house minding her own business, taking a shower, and the police broke in her house out of nowhere. They claimed they had a warrant for her brother's arrest, but at the exact same time, he was being arrested on the other side of town. And he clearly was not at the house with her. But still, when they busted in her house, they pulled this sister out of the shower and forced her outside, still naked, with nothing but a towel. And she said they tied her up and dragged her across her front yard. Now, mind you, the sister was on her period at the time, and they're dragging her naked across her own front yard. And then with no female officers, they still searched this sister, making her drop the towel. And then after they do all this to this sister, they ended up dropping the charges 4 days later on her brother. So all of that was for nothing, but to exercise power, But without a strong family unit, they can routinely come into our houses and do whatever they want. And even with a strong family, if we aren't united as a community, they can still do that. But as men, our part is to make sure our women don't get violated. We have to protect them. Just like we have to protect each other and protect our children and the elderly. As a man, you can't let a slave owner come into your house and rape your mom, your daughter, your wife right there in front of you, or pass her off as a gift to one of his visitors. You can't let that happen and live. There was a black woman named Celia. She was a slave. And just because she refused to get raped and she fought back, right, they ended up hanging her. But we cannot continue to watch each other. But today we cannot continue to take casualties and just stand there and do nothing. We have to get on code and understand that we are all we got and we have to do what we have to do. If not, then the same thing will keep happening.
Jennifer moved to Valley Stream in 2017 as an eager first-time homeowner.
I was excited because I found it looks like a good property. It's a corner lot.
Instead of feeling welcome,
I'm always under tears here.
The registered nurse feels defeated, blaming her next-door neighbor for ongoing threats from the moment she moved in, and she says it all began over yard work.
From the fence, it went to the shrubs. From the shrubs, it went to the litter. From the litter, it went to the feces. From the feces, it went to human feces. From the human feces, it went to the squirrel. And then the squirrel, I said enough is enough.
Jennifer is keeping a record of the acts, including disturbing pictures of dead animals she says her neighbor dropped on her yard. The neighbor sitting outside with a gun, and videos of him spitting on her yard and walking by her property in the middle of the night in a black face mask. Jennifer says her white male neighbor is targeting her because of the color of her skin.
It has to be race at this point.
Jennifer fears for her life, which is why she posted signs outside her home explaining the ongoing threats.
If he was saying that he can get me eliminated and he can get me erased, then what if I'm dead in here? Then I have a baby in here. That's why I put up the sign. So if a cop did come here because they heard something, at least they would have the sign. They would know that my baby's inside.
We tried speaking with the man Jennifer says is responsible for intimidating her, but he never came to the door. Neighbors are rallying behind the single mom, and some are watching over her home to keep her safe.
We are living in a divided world right now, and something needs to stop.
Senator Todd Kaminsky says this man needs to be held accountable.
It's our job right now to act as hard as we can to get the message out that this is intolerant, unacceptable, and we can give it no oxygen whatsoever.
Jennifer's main focus now is keeping her child safe.
Pray for me and thank you.
Nassau County detectives have been in and out of the home all day. They are investigating this matter. Again, no arrests have been made at this time.
The children swim. Okay, so I'm confused. I'm done talking to you. I want a full refund because we're just going to leave your hotel. There's nothing else for us to talk about. I want my money back. So start the paperwork and give me my shit.
That's crazy. They locking up the pool because we're not. That's crazy. Y'all need.
Okay, tell your other customers there's room. He said 10 customers in the pool. It was only 5 kids in the pool. We're no, you were
Come on. Where are your shoes, Addie? Come on, come out. Oh, okay, come on. Huh?
So he said 10 people only 5 of the kids inside the pool. So 5 of the customers could wait down the pool, right?
Y'all come on out.
No, don't sorry now. What you should have done was stood up for your company.
You are so sorry, that's okay.
I'm not going to get dressed.
Okay, so you are go out right now, I give you a refund.
We're getting the rest of our things. We're going to get my stuff out of the room, and you're going to refund us.
Okay. Yeah, so you come now.
And we will be calling corporate and everybody else. You will be on CNN. Trust me. Here, let me see that. We'll do that. I'm sorry. They're finna go swim. Yeah.
No, they ain't. He just said he was locking the pool.
Yeah.
We had to lock the pool because they didn't get to swim.
They're the ones who don't want to get in the pool with colored people. Let's go.
I don't want to hear it.
Go. Go.
What did I tell you?
You ain't tell me shit. That's what you didn't do.
It's okay. Go ahead. Enjoy your day. Go ahead.
Tell them to keep their mouth shut.
Don't tell nobody to shut up.
Don't tell us what to do. Call the police like you said for no reason. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Y'all not racist. He went and said that he was going to leave if we kept staying here. I sat there and heard him.
Racist, the fact that people are in here swimming that don't even have a
How do you know that?
He shouldn't have been telling y'all nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
He shouldn't have been telling y'all nothing.
I paid for rooms. I
didn't say you didn't.
That's what I'm saying. I paid for rooms.
He had no right. He sure shouldn't have.
And then he said he was calling police on us, so we waiting on it.
You're waiting on what?
He said he was calling
police on us.
He said he was calling the law.
He said he was calling the police on us.
Ladies, I apologize.
But could you imagine this? We had to get out like this. Really, this is what we
You're from Pennsylvania.
But that's wrong. That's wrong.
But our kids just got violated too. They just got put out the pool. That's what I'm saying. Our kids are affected by this too.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I just came up here to watch my grandkids swim. I don't have a room. I do have a room, but I was just sitting there with a 1-year-old. But I didn't think I had to actually see this.
We got another police officer after I showed her my key and walked up here and tried to kick me out of my own goddamn pool. I pay $1,600 in rent. What's your badge number? That's my question. And Candace? Yeah, tell her she looked stupid. Now tell her she looked dumb. Just tell her she looked dumb because I told her, I showed her my key. She didn't have to come over here. I'm over here. Yeah, but I told her that but listen, hold up. First of all, the question that you asked me was, do I live here? I said yes. Then you asked me what my address was. I showed you my key. What more of a conversation needs to be held? Like, seriously, what more of a conversation do I need to? I did answer her question. I did. Why do I need to give this lady who I don't know my address? I don't know her. I don't know if that's a fake ass badge. What do you mean? I'm saying, just seriously, and just think about it from my perspective. Yes, but you just came over here and ruined my alone time and I showed her my key. What else did I have to do, Candace? What else did I have to do? She didn't walk over there. She didn't walk. Or were you gonna walk over there? No, you haven't. You ain't been over here in the last hour. Like, I just don't feel like I'm welcome, you know what I mean? Like, she just walked over here and just literally looked right at me like, yo, he's not, you know what I mean? And I just showed her my key. I literally showed her my key. At that point, I feel like there's no more conversation in me. And I wasn't here. It was probably 30 minutes and I was here. I've been sitting out here since, honestly, I don't care to hear you talk. If you want me. Why do I have to leave my pool she don't live here? Do you live here? But for what? But for why am I leaving? I literally have been sitting here not doing shit. Literally just got over here. But I feel threatened. Honestly, I don't feel like I'm just saying. Showed her my key. I haven't showed her. I have been here. I just left the gym. I literally just left the gym and sat over. Okay. All right. I'm just saying. That's cool. Why can't I show you my key and say, and that's it? Why can't I show you, if I have my key, why else do I need to show that I've approved to live here? Like, I have my key right here. I'm showing you my key. I don't know you. I don't know you. Why am I giving you my address? Because you have a piece of paper and a badge. I'm cool. I've literally been sitting over here. I haven't bothered anybody. I haven't said a word to anybody. I literally just sat over here. I left the gym. I'm trying to cool off. Like, what the hell? I don't understand. I really would love to speak to... I don't know her, and she's asking where I live. I don't care who is an officer. You know what I mean? Black people die because of officers. I'm just saying, seriously. I'm not talking about you specifically. I don't know you. I'm not telling you where I live. I don't know you. You literally, okay, can I tell you what I just saw? Can I tell you what I just saw? I literally just watched you walk out of here and walk to the first person you saw. Hey, think from my perspective. Think from my perspective. Think from my perspective. I just showed you my key. You gonna take my key out of my hand now? All right, well, you're gonna give me another one. You're going to give me another one then. I'm not leaving. Why am I leaving? I just paid my rent to be here for the next month. At least the next month. Come on. Can I have my key back, please?
I asked what your address was. You would not give that to me.
I don't know you. I'm literally telling you I don't know you. Why am I giving you my address?
Because I'm
I showed you my proof of residency.
How are we parked illegally?
You're not supposed to park on the line.
Okay. Okay, well, I didn't drive. What the fuck? What is... What? Woman's literally calling the police. Is there a Okay, but...
I was trying to tell you, you're illegally parked. You cannot park over these lines. And I was trying to tell you that, and you had to get smart with it.
I didn't get smart. I'm not rolling my window down and talking to you. It's a whole virus going on.
This officer is trying to unlock my car. This officer is unlocking my car. They just illegally entered my car. And I'm being forcefully removed.
Take a look at me. I'm a fucking specimen right here, buddy.
Sir,
you have gotten on my last
My
nerve.
hands are up on camera.
All right?
I'm in no threat
You're
to
going
these
to get your
officers.
ass whooped in front of fucking Lord and all creation. I'm going to give you one more chance.
I'm being threatened.
You can bring that with you. I'll let you film the whole thing.
I'm being threatened
No,
right now.
I'm giving you a
and
chance.
I am not doing anything. I
I'm
feel
giving
unsafe.
you a chance.
I feel unsafe. And I'm in no threat to these 3 officers. My hands are up. I am doing nothing wrong to provoke anybody or anything. Making sure this is all recorded. I've just been threatened by a lawful officer. I have just been threatened by a law officer as 2 other officers stand by and say absolutely nothing. Willing to participate. My passenger door was open. My driver door was open. I have it on camera. He rolled my window down to do so.
I'm giving you to the count of 3.
Sir, this is all on camera. I am not resisting. I'm making sure it is being known. I am not resisting.
Okay.
My hands are up. One hand on this camera.
Well, come on,
my
man.
seatbelt is being arrested.
As long as your
Look at
hands
this.
are up, that's fine.
I'm not resisting.
As long as your hands are
I
up.
was unlawfully.
Okay, come on
Sir,
out.
please do not touch me, sir.
Keep your phone out.
Sir, please do not touch me.
See, that's where we're coming to a disagreement.
It's not about
I'm giving you to the count of 3. You don't do this.
Sir,
Don't do it.
I'm
Don't
not
do it,
touching
man.
this officer. It's
Don't
on
do
camera.
it.
My hand is by
Step
my
out of
head.
the car right
I'm
now.
being threatened.
Now you're
I'm being
under arrest.
threatened.
Now
I'm
you're
being
under arrest
threatened,
for
sir.
disobeying the
I was
lawful commands of
being
an officer.
disobeying.
I'm giving you
lawfully
to the count
detained.
of 3.
This officer has threatened me, and I'm
1,
making it known I am no threat to this
2.
officer. I've been threatened.
Watch the show,
My
folks.
life is in danger. My life is in danger.
How do you like that? How do you like that? Huh? Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Put your hands behind your back. Get off me. My hands are behind my back, sir. My hands are behind my back. I am not resisting. Sir, please get off my neck. I'm not resisting. Get off my neck, sir. You are harming me. You are harming me.
Just let him stand up. Bro, just let him stand up, man. He'll be all right.
Shut up.
Hey, brother. Hey, brother, just let him stand up.
Back up, dude. Okay? Back up. Record all you want. Record all you want. Okay, dude. Shut up.
Hey, let him out. Just let him out. Hey, wait a minute.
Hey,
bro.
He's not holding.
Hey, bro, just let him out.
You cover the dope. He just threw all the dope over there.
Okay, that's fine. That's dope. Don't kill him behind no dope.
Help! Help! Help!
Bruh, that's dope. Just go ahead and handcuff him. Hey, man, just go ahead and handcuff him. He said he can't breathe. Just handcuff him. Hey, bro, go ahead and get handcuffed.
Step over here, okay?
Hey, man, he can't breathe, brother.
He can breathe, okay?
How you know? Shit. How you know he can't breathe? You a doctor now?
He's talking, right?
Also, it takes 20 people. All they got to do is handcuff him. Shit, just handcuff him. Shit, and let him out.
What are we going to do?
You got his ID right there. Shit. All you got to do is handcuff him.
All right, my life matters.
Your life matter. So he armed or something? What you mean? What that mean? Your life matter, brother. Why you even talking like that? Your lives matter. So that means what? What the hell that mean? You black, your lives matter. But go over there and help him lift him up then. Shit. Sitting there looking at it. Help his ass up. Do all that for a damn dope. For some damn dope. Shit. Make no damn sense.
I just came from court.
Just give me a baby so I can plead. Just give me a please. He just came from court. He just came.
Don't go back inside. They're on the outside.
Wait.
Get your hands up.
Do not.
Keep your hands up. Lorenzo, put your hands on top. Follow our direction.
He just came from fucking court.
My papers is inside.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I got it.
Wait. No, wait. Oh, I can't even help you. I'm not getting shot. Oh my God. Just don't move, Lorenzo. Okay, she was go in the house. Oh my God. What the fuck? Just walk slowly, Ringo. Do not. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Alan, independent investigators from the Police Accountability Agency, COPA, tonight say they've received a complaint about what happened Sunday afternoon in the parking lot of Brickyard Mall. One woman charged with disorderly conduct. COPA now working to determine if officers violated department policies, reviewing videos of the arrest. This is one video of the encounter. Police clubs cracking on windows of the car with 5 family members inside who say they had just arrived to shop for birthday supplies. Police extracting both occupants from the front, forcing passenger Mia Wright to the pavement by officers who were responding to a looting investigation. At one point, Miss Wright seen with a CPD officer kneeling on top of her. The I-team spoke with her a few minutes ago.
So at that point, when they busted out the windows, the officer grabbed me. I had my hair tied in a bun. He grabbed me by the top of my bun and pulled me out of the vehicle. And that is when they threw me on the ground, and he proceeded to put his knee in my neck. And they handcuffed me and just threw me in a car.
And we talked with her cousin, Tanika Tate, who was the driver.
That's what I feel the police think. They think that they can just do whatever they want and get away with it. And there's no repercussions behind it. But not with us, not today. We're taking a stand. We want justice. So this will never happen to anyone else again.
Here's the issue. The video seems to show, among other things, that a police officer put a knee on the neck of this suspect in much the same way that the officer did to Floyd. That's a carotid artery restraint. And under police guidance, Chicago Police Department guidance, that's deadly force. And that can only be used as a last resort, and it can only be used to prevent an imminent threat of great bodily harm or death. So they're going to have to make the case that all of those factors apply here, if in fact what happened is what appears to have happened on this video.
The controversy centers on a Groves High School student who got caught up in the juvenile justice system.
The judge decided the teen, who is African-American, violated her probation by not completing online schoolwork and sent her to juvenile detention. Local 4 defender Sean Lay is live now with a look at the efforts to free Grace. Sean, tell us more.
That's the hashtag of a big protest held right here in the parking lot of the courts buildings here in Oakland County not long ago. We went right to the county executive here at Oakland County. He tells us that homework he has learned was not the only condition of probation for 15-year-old Grace. There were other factors involved in sending her back to juvenile court. Those factors are unknown right now. The bottom line, he wants her case reviewed and reviewed right away. It's a case that's causing major controversy tonight. Speaking up for a Groves High School student named Grace who can't be heard.
I know that if Grace was a 15-year-old white girl, that she would not be sitting in juvenile detention right now.
Sherry Crawley has teen daughters.
When I heard her story, those are my girls' story.
Her heart sank when she heard that Grace was in the juvenile justice system for fighting and stealing, and then she broke down when she heard that Oakland County Family Court presiding judge Mary Ellen Brennan sent Grace to juvenile detention for violating her probation by not doing her online schoolwork.
I dropped to my knees and my daughters they woke up hearing me cry.
The judge's decision causing a firestorm of controversy. Protesters gathering at Groves, then caravanning to the Oakland County Courts complex.
Governor Whitmer issued an executive order that specifically talked about not incarcerating children during this global pandemic. And this situation does exactly the opposite of that.
Oakland County prosecutor Jessica Cooper telling us, quote, the controversy involves a family court judge's decision on a case she took jurisdiction on a while ago. Only she can change or modify the order. Oakland County Executive David Coulter is calling for Grace's case to be reviewed immediately and has this message for Grace.
You're a 15-year-old girl. You're a young girl with your whole life ahead of you. And I want to make sure that you have every opportunity to succeed. And it's my responsibility and the county's opportunity to make sure that we're giving you the appropriate support and resources so that you can be successful in your life. And that's all any of us want.
Back here live in Oakland County Executive Coulter there saying Grace's case, he has learned, isn't up for review until September. He says that is simply not good enough. He has had a conversation with Judge Brennan. He says the judge is open to reviewing it. Of course, we reached out to the judge several times to get her take on this. We have not yet heard back.
You better have a good reason.
Do not have to speak to the officers.
Do not say a word.
Made us do this and they're gone now. So here we are.
The helicopter, he said, made them do it, and now they're gone. I wonder what happened. 4 black men were driving in Hollywood. You already said you don't have reason. You don't have reason. Let them go. Let them go. Oh, you're wasting too much of their goddamn time. Is there a problem? They're not arrested. How old are you, sir?
71.
71 years old. June 3rd, 2020. Where's your COVID mask, sir? Where is yours? Where's your COVID? If you gave these guys COVID, I hope you sue. Why'd they pull you over, sir?
Suspected robbery.
Suspected robbery. Did you rob anybody?
Never.
Are you just black?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Go sit down.
I'm nothing wrong. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Take your hands off of me, sir. Take your hands off me.
Go get in the house. Why are you touching him? Why are you touching him? Get in the house.
I can't breathe. Help. I can't breathe.
Get in the house. I'm calling 911. Billy!
Help! There's nothing wrong! There's nothing wrong! Get off of me! Stop fighting! Get off of me!
Billy, call 911!
Get off of me! I did that!
Call 911!
Say it again.
Nah, bro. Alright. No, I don't want to. Alright, I'm sorry. What'd you call me? I'm sorry. What'd you call me? I'm sorry. Say it again. I'm not gonna say it again. Say it again, bro. Who's talking to all you guys? Say it again. Bitch, stop playing with me. Get the fuck down. Stop playing with me, bro. Call me it again, bro. No. Fuck's wrong with you, bro? Don't be playing that shit. Stop bro. playing, bro. Oh. Oh, you gotta beat him. You gotta beat him. Oh, you gotta beat him. You gotta beat him, bro.
Who the fuck you think I am? Hey, who the fuck you think I am? Who the fuck you think I am?
Hey, sleep, bro.
Who the fuck you think I am?
Hey, bro, he sleep, bro.